Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Middle School Computer Science Summer Training. We are so excited to have you join us, and hopefully, you'll learn a lot and feel prepared for the fall. This training is sponsored by the Alabama Department of Education and hosted by the wonderful team at A Plus College Ready. Now, I know we were all looking forward to meeting in person this summer, and now that our training is virtual, the big question is, what will it look like? So, to give you an overview, the training is Monday through Thursday from about 8 to 3:30 every day. In the morning, we'll have about a 30 to 60-minute meeting together via Zoom. Then you'll be assigned to breakout rooms and you'll have some assignments to do in those. Your facilitators will have office hours from 11 to 12 every day so you can jump in and answer any or ask any face-to-face questions, engage in any discussions. Facilitators will have lunch from 12 to 1, so that might be a great time for you to have your lunch as well. I know if you are a first wave lunch teacher, that might be a little late for you, but that's okay. You'll come back after lunch for some more breakout room assignments, and then we'll meet all together at the end of the day to debrief and discuss any next steps. Now, throughout the day, when you're working on your own in those breakout rooms, your facilitators are still going to be available to meet with you and discuss things with you through that chat feature on Canvas. So please use that. All of your assignments are going to be due at 11:59 tonight and every night. So please make sure that you get those done. We really want you to stay on top of those assignments because sometimes they're going to build on each other day after day. So we want to make sure that you're getting a firm understanding, or if you get stuck, we can go ahead and handle any of those questions before we move forward. Now, of course, this is a little bit different, especially when you're working from home. You may have additional duties to attend to throughout the day. So we understand that sometimes all of those assignments may not make it in by 11:59. But please understand that all of your assignments, everything that you were not able to submit throughout the week, have to be turned in no later than noon on that following Friday in order to receive credit. So we'll meet Monday through Thursday. If you're finished, you're good to go. If you have a couple of more assignments, just make sure that they're in by noon on Thursday so you can receive credit for the course. Now, I want to go over some of the norms with you, just about our training and how it's going to work. So we just ask that you please be present throughout the week. Be engaged. We have so much great information to give out to you all, so we really want you to be in it. Use your camera when we meet together if possible, and please mute when you are not talking so we can avoid that background noise. Complete all of your assignments the best that you can. Participate, and if you struggle, ask for help. Once again, that Zoom conference call during those office hours from 11 to 12, and then that chat feature on Canvas are going to be great for you to do that. We also want to share with you the course philosophy. So some of you have a background in computer science or have done some programming activities before, but there are many more of you who are going into computer science like a deer in headlights. I know that's how I felt when I first got started. And we know this. So we've really developed this training to focus on teacher content knowledge. We want you to understand what it is that you're teaching, and we want you to understand best practices in order to facilitate learning within your classroom. We understand that to teach, you must know. And although you may not be an expert in computer science yet, you will be soon. You're really going to take on the lead or the role of lead learner within your classroom, meaning that there are going to be times that you are going to be the expert, and then there might be times that some of your students might be the expert, or you're going to have to call on some colleagues and some mentors to come and help you out, and that's going to be okay. Also, we want you to understand to embrace the productive struggle. And this is something that is completely new to some of you. This is not in your wheelhouse. So this will be a challenge to you. We just want you to go through the process. Don't give up at the first sign of distress, but try to work your way through the process. When we look at the student learning, it's really not hard unless someone tells you that it's hard. So whenever you're framing the work and the content and the topics that you'll be discussing with your students, just make sure that you frame it in a way that you're not setting them up for failure or already letting them know to be on edge. We don't want our students to be anxious. And in the end, you might find that you might have thought that it was challenging and your kids might not. So we just want to make sure that you leave that open. We also want you to help your students embrace that productive struggle. We know that we have those students who Once they get stuck, they're done. They're out of there. But we want you to help facilitate that, to let them know that, hey, this is a working process. I'm still here. We're going to work through this together. So let's not give up yet. We want our students to be able to explore, to discover, and really to learn. Because in computer science, it's always changing. The same computer languages that were taught 20, 30, even 10 years ago are still not languages that we're using now. But if we can get those fundamentals, those computational thinking skills, learning how to write and create algorithms and what's the purpose of this, it's really going to be essential in helping them move forward. So let's take a look at day one. Day one, we're going to be talking about unit one, which is problem solving and computing, and unit two, the design process. Now, the Alabama Computer Science and Digital Literacy Course of Study standards are incorporated into this course. The first few lessons are digital literacy and not computer science. We want to make sure that we emphasize to students what is and what is not computer science. So when these lessons are taught, make sure students know that activities like keyboarding or creating documents are not computer science. However, these digital literacy tools are important and can help you become better at computer science. So this morning, we're going to take a look at Unit 1, Lessons 1 through 30. Now, your agenda can be found on Canvas by clicking on Day 1 on Monday in the navigation toolbar that's on the left. So we're going to take a look at Lessons 1 through 30. In our morning meeting, we're going to take a look at the problem-solving process, how we define a problem, how we prepare to solve it. Let's try some of the things that we talked about and let's reflect on what worked and what did not. And then let's redefine that again. Let's prepare, let's try. And so it just goes into that process. Sometimes we can try, we have to go back, we needed to prepare some other things. So it's a continuous cycle that we're always in when we're doing our problem solving. After that meeting this morning, we're going to go into breakout sessions and you're going to explore some problem solving activities, techniques, watch a video. Also in your breakout groups, you're going to review lessons 1.1 to 1.30. Now, I know that sounds like a whole lot of lessons, but they're going to be short. So for each lesson, you will review all of the lesson materials first. So we want to make sure that you go through all of the lessons and understand, because this is what your students are going to be doing as well. Now, the assignments are the lessons that have an assignment attached to it. We'll have a note on the bottom of the page in Canvas E3 Professional Development. Those are the assignments that you are going to have to complete for this professional development training. So even though we want you to go through all of the lessons, we want you to review them because you will be reflecting on them as well. Not every lesson has an assignment attached to it, but the ones who do have an assignment attached to it will be denoted for you. Once we come back in the afternoon, we're going to take a look at Unit 2, Lessons 1 through 30. The same process is going to go through. You want to look at all of the lessons so you can make sure that you get an understanding of what's being taught in the unit as a whole. And then you'll have different assignments that you're going to complete for select lessons up in Unit 2. We're going to take a look at the design process of how to create different things. And then when we come back for our afternoon meeting, we're going to be talking about improving and iterating, which just means going over, retrying, doing it over and over and over and over again. And then that is going to be the end of day 1. So we are so excited that you have decided to join us on this computer science journey, getting a leg up before the state implements that mandatory teaching in the middle school. So we're so excited. We hope that you have a great day. Thank you.